It's just no fun when you're alone. But no matter what we're going through, together we can find our way home. So come on and sleep over, and everything will be just fine. You and I can wait until the sun. So come on and sleep over, together we can dream in time. And nothing's gonna stop us having fun. So come on and sleep over.
I bet you never picked Kenny as an expert on fashion, right? The most she ever cared about that sort of thing was when David Beckham wore that skirt and everyone went mental. But that's before Kenny became the coolest style guru that ever happened at our school.
Bin. Dog poo. Step. Tree.
I hate when that stupid what's hot and what's not thing comes out.
For the 500th time, Kendra, you all know you're not interested in fashion.
Can we please not be in such a hurry to get to school?
I promised Miss Barson I'd be 10 minutes early for our magazine crisis meeting.
Are things that bad?
Readership's dipped to alarming levels. We need something totally new to grab everyone's attention.
What is it? Did you just find out that glitter hair clips are in the what's not column?
Are you interested in modelling for a day? Would you like to appear in the pages of our magazine? Then as long as you obtain parental permission, ring this number!
Of course, we all knew Fliss was going to go totally over the top about the modelling thing, but there was no way we were going to let it take over our lives as well.
So they said all I needed was a permission letter from my parents and they'll set up a shoot. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, you can't even begin to imagine the incredible career opportunities this could create if I'm spotted by a fashion scout.
Not that an education isn't important though.
I mean, I can't just cruise by on looks alone for the rest of my life, can I?
You definitely need to enjoy the glamour side of things too, right? You only live once.
Felicity Sidebotham, please cease and desist chattering at once.
Miss Nichols, I am forever in your debt.
Now, if you could turn your attention back to the board, you'll see some excellent examples of how China's leader at the time, Mao Zedong, managed to maintain power. By insisting that his followers dressed alike, he made certain that they would have no sense of identity or individuality, so they would be forced to conform to the larger group.
Doesn't that still go on now? I mean, what are school uniforms if not an attempt to make us all conform?
I doubt anyone would be able to make you conform, Francesca.
But where's the sense of personal identity? Look at us. We all look exactly the same.
There's no need to have a hissy about it.
We're living under a communist regime.
Okay, sit down, please. You draw an interesting comparison, but there are specific reasons why uniform is necessary at school. You're here to learn, not parade up and down like fashion models.
You're right, Miss Nichols. Fashion models should be doing their jobs outside of school hours. But sometimes there needs to be exceptions. Like the modelling job I'm doing. I absolutely have to take time off school in order to complete the shoot.
Once we'd placed a temporary ban on Fliss mentioning the words modelling and career, we were able to get some much-needed peace and quiet.
Just think about it for a sec. Wearing your own clothes to school instead of these dumpy potato sacks.
I always thought this uniform was kind of comfortable.
Yeah, but how are we expressing ourselves? What makes you stand out from, say, the M&M?
I have more than half a brain for starters.
We didn't have to wear a uniform at my old school. I thought it was much more fun.
Exactly. I bet heaps of other kids think that way too. I should interview them. Open a debate on uniforms versus no uniforms.
Here we go.
Have you and Miss Barton had an idea for that article yet?
No, but
This would be perfect! I'll make some questionnaires for people. You can take notes and use the information to write an article on the school uniforms. This would be great!
What was in that sandwich? I don't know. Sometimes it's good not to have to think about what you're going to wear in the morning.
Uniforms take away our identity.
Frankie's anti-uniform campaign was gathering steam. She had the whole thing planned, including mass media saturation.
We can do a double-page spread. Page 1 pro-uniforms, page 2 against.
Don't you think this sort of ties in with what Miss Nichols was talking about?
What do you mean?
In communist China, Chairman Mao used to totally manipulate the media to get his point across.
I'm not manipulating you, Rosie. I'm helping you. The least you could do is show a bit of gratitude.
Funny you should say that, Frankie. I just know the gratitude of fashion designers will so overwhelm me. Can't you just imagine it? Designers practically begging me to wear their clothes.
Felicity Sidebotham was a normal, healthy teenager until the day fashion took over her life
And turned her into an international modeling superstar.
Please, Felicity, it can only be you. See?
I'll think about it, Fabrice.
Grazie, mille grazie, mille grazie.
Get off my toe.
Mi scusi, Felicity. Together, we are going to make you a star. London, Paris, New York, Monte Carlo.
as if. Fashion is a health hazard. That'd make a funny article for the magazine.
Great! Fantastic. Do you think you could get that to me by tomorrow?
What, you're asking Kenny to write an article for the paper?
There's no such thing as too many ideas. Is there, Frankie?
What?
Hey, Cranky. Heard you've got a gripe about the uniforms.
Well, aren't you going to ask us what we think?
Now, why would I want to do a stupid thing like that?
Because we're the general public, Wisey. Now, do you want a range of opinions, or are you just going to interview your dumb friends?
Right. Matthew, Michael, and Marco. What are your thoughts on the idea of uniforms versus no uniforms?
Well, naturally, I look good in pretty much anything I wear.
I think casual clothes would be better. It's much more comfortable. These pants chafe.
Fascinating. What do you think, Marco?
Marco's always worn whatever his mum buys him.
Shut up! I just don't think clothes are that important. That's all. They don't really define who you are, do they?
Maybe not. But I do know that the men who understand fashion can certainly impress the ladies, eh, boys? Eh?
We didn't believe it either, but Kenny actually wrote the article. Rosie. Thank you. You haven't even read it yet.
Personally, I come out in a rash, even at the thought of color coordinating an outfit.
I feel sorry for you, Kenny. I really do.
Is it too much?
My editor's going to love it.
Well, I can't stand around here chatting. I don't want to be late for my fashion shoot. What's the time?
It's about 5 seconds since you last asked.
Probably worth heading off now to my modelling job. It'll be in the next edition of The Squeeze if anyone wants signed copies or anything. Don't be shy in asking.
Fliss thought she had died and gone to heaven.
Felicity. I'm Maya. I'll be your stylist for the shoot.
Fantastic.
Now, can we have a little bit more product here, please? We want to create the natural look. Accentuate the eyes and more hair. Now, Candice, could you go Felicity's outfit? It's on the rack.
This is the greatest day of my life.
Excellent. Now, we'll leave you to get changed and come back for some touch-ups.
Thanks. Excuse me?
Yes.
That stuff, that's not... I mean, is that what I'm supposed to be wearing?
We're going for street skate.
But it's not really me.
Well, that's the shoot we're after. It's all part of being a model. Now, quick change, please. We're running a tight ship here. And Felicity?
Yes?
No tears, please. Your mascara will run.
Kenny! Miss Barton loved your anti-fashion piece. So I convinced her you should write a regular column.
What?
It'll be like Dear Donna, except you'll give fashion advice. Isn't that cool? You're the new style guru.
But I thought my article was anti-fashion.
I know, but Miss Barton said it was ironic. She loved the idea when I suggested it.
I don't know, Rosie, it's not really me.
We'll still call you Style Guru, and I'll be your historian. It could really turn things around for the magazine. Just take a look at these letters. They've been hanging around the office for a while, okay?
Thanks a million. What just happened?
Felicity, are you decent?
I don't know.
Problem?
A big problem.
Give it 2 minutes, please, folks. We've just got some wardrobe issues.
Look at me. I look like Bob the Builder's cousin.
It's part of the job, Felicity. Even some of the most famous supermodels have to wear clothes they're not comfortable in.
But they always look so gorgeous.
Well, the bottom line is this is the outfit we have to promote. It's business. Why don't you just try having a little bit of fun with it? Yeah? Okay? Now, come on. Chop, chop. Time's money.
While Fliss was picking up the pieces, Kenny was getting into fashion from an entirely different perspective.
Amazing. Dear Guru, I woke up with a big zit this morning. How should I hide it? How should I know? Put a paper bag over your head or something. I like wearing hats, but I hate hat hair. What can I do to prevent it? Why not shave your head? It will eliminate the hassle altogether. I love wearing jewelry. Any tips on the coolest way to wear it? Why not find some leftover cutlery in the drawer and fashion necklaces out of forks and spoons? This world's gone crazy.
Kenny had a great time replying to all the letters for a new column. The following Monday, after the mag was published, it didn't take long before she realized that some people didn't get her sense of humor.
What on earth is going on? Kenny's a style guru.
They took me seriously.
They actually took me seriously. What is everyone looking at? Hey, it's a big modelling star. So, how was the shoot? Did you get to keep the clothes? It wasn't that big a deal. Why is Despina Dimitakis wearing dessert spoons around her neck? Because Kenny told her to.
You write one stupid column and all of a sudden everyone goes nuts.
You know, Kenny's right about fashion. People are zombies. Look at all these weirdos walking around wearing knives and forks just because they read it in a magazine. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
I don't know why anyone would take notice of those dumb fashion mags anyway. Who cares what they think about clothes?
Let's throw it all away! Burn this rubbish! Burn it! Rid your life of this ride! It will rot your soul!
Are you feeling all right, Fliss? You haven't hit your head on anything? I'm perfectly fine, thanks.
As you can see here, Mrs. Poole, a large percentage of students, that's the green part of the pie chart, will prefer a no uniforms or casual clothes policy. Now, if we view the opinions worm over here...
Yes, I'm not so sure I need to see any more. You've made some valid points. And I particularly like the mime piece.
So I've got a case right, I mean...
Francesca, just because an idea is popular with a majority of students doesn't mean we go with it. Uniforms mean equality between students.
I guess. But...
Besides, our uniform is based on that of the old Crescent Bay High. They wore it for 70 years. It's tradition. So, although I appreciate your efforts, I'm afraid the uniforms are staying.
Maybe Frankie's efforts to change the world hadn't been successful yet. But Kenny was a whole other story. It seemed like no matter what kind of crazy fashion ideas she came up with, people paid attention. And how. It was insane. Everything the style guru said was cool. Kids wore. Kenny couldn't believe how much power she had. Everyone was following her trends. And I mean everyone.
What are you doing? Just because I'm a guy doesn't mean I'm a total loser when it comes to fashion.
Right.
And the style guru says
that stripy scarves are the next big thing.
Very nutty, Professor.
Hi, look at this. Wow, this looks great.
Is the real Fliss back? Or is it still that weird anti-fashion person?
The real Fliss has obviously been taken by aliens.
He's now living on Jupiter teaching aerobics.
Good. Hopefully there I'll just wear a stupid spacesuit and no one will know who I am.
Lift those knees up high. And 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What are you looking at?
What's really going on, Fliss?
The whole modelling thing was a total disaster. I'm gonna look like such a freak.
What do you mean? We were all totally fascinated by Fliss's inside scoop on the fashion industry. She wasn't the only one feeling like a freak either.
Hey guys! Didn't you read the Style Guru's latest column?
No. Was I supposed to?
Get with the program, Marco. We men who understand fashion impress the ladies. You've got to keep up with the latest trends. Dear Miss Guru. No, what if it's a guy? Dear Guru, I hope you can help. My friends tell me I don't follow the latest trends. And that no girl will ever look at me until I become more stylish and up to date. This especially concerns me since a girl I sort of fancy thinks a lot about clothes and stuff. I don't care about fashion. Is this a bad thing? Will I stand a chance with her if I'm not totally now? Signed, Clueless.
Wow, poor guy. I still can't believe you chose this junk over my anti-uniforms piece.
It was a popularity thing. My hands were tied.
What are you going to say to him? This calls for a personal response. I'll just weave a little Style Guru magic.
Maybe you could weave some magic into the next issue of The Squeeze so it doesn't come out.
I bet it's not as bad as you think, Fliss.
Trust me, it's worse.
I reckon you'll pull it off because you're stylish, full stop. Your personality could shine through any old outfit.
Linz, you're a genius. Oh, Francesca, don't do that. I was just about to knock. Anyway, I've got a proposition for you, Mrs. Paul.
Marco, you're so lame.
Oh, no.
Nice belt, Marco. You look like a total freak.
And that's when Kenny realised. For all her talk about exploiting people through fashion, she'd done just that. Because of her, someone else felt bad about what they were wearing. He must be clueless. A bit much, Ken. I didn't mean... I'll go talk to her.
Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
What?
Fashion isn't a joke, Kenny. It's a powerful tool, and this time you've gone too far.
What are you talking about?
Fashion should be used to make people feel good about themselves. Hey, Marco, you look great.
You have got to be kidding. Looks like someone just threw him up.
Like you'd know. Didn't you know those bedazzled belts are the next new thing from Milan? I heard all about them during my modelling job.
What?
Don't know how you got your hands on one, though. They've only just come out in the shops in Italy.
Oh, my uncle got it for me. Overseas.
Naturally, Marco felt like he owed Fliss. So when she asked him if he was interested in getting involved with some cutting-edge fashion, Marco was all ears. But first, Fliss had other business to attend to. She made sure Crescent Bay wouldn't see her modelling clothes she didn't feel good about. They're here.
So let's go, here we go, moving this way. DJ in the house, ready to play. Tell young people you're leaving today.
Let me see. Actually, I think you look pretty cool.
So if you see anyone littering the quadrangle, be sure to let them know. Now we have a special presentation for you. Francesca Thomas from 7B, has put together a little piece she calls the Style Trial.
Thank you, Mrs. Paul. As most of you know, I've been running a campaign to get rid of our uniforms. Mrs. Paul said it's impossible to abolish them completely. So, I've come up with an alternative. A way to let your personality shine through your school uniform. Go, Rosie. Introducing Felicity Sidebottom. As you can see, Felicity's wearing what we call eduglam. A cheeky nod to the academic world. Next up, Penny Tan! Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Sporty, comfortable and casual. Just the thing when running late for the bus. Lindsay Collins! Lindsay, of course, modelling the next big look in the outfit. Comfortable, versatile, and oh so creative. Last, but not least, Marco DiPieri!
After the whole Marco thing, Kenny felt kind of weird about being the style guru. Lucky for her, Fliss was more than happy to take over the reins. We had to wonder, though, who in their right minds would take her fashion advice? Well, Molly did for one.
See, I call that a positive. It's fashion that makes someone else feel good.
Yeah, me.
Ah, so you agree with me. It was a positive use of fashion.
Can we please not get into this again?
Thanks, Mr. Ann. Thanks, Mr. Ann.
Hey, girls. Nice fashion statement, eh?
Mrs. Paul said she wasn't going to change the uniforms, but she thought she'd make one little concession. Something she called Free Soft Friday. So in the end, fashion was restored to its rightful owner, Fliss. She may have decided that modelling wasn't all it was cracked up to be, but that wasn't going to stop her from devoting her life to looking glamorous. And Kenny made us swear on the SOC rulebook that we were never to tell anyone that she was the original style guru. It hurt, but an SOC secret stays secret. You got that?
Hanging around is just no fun when you're alone.